wrecked here, and you can't go back and forth. Now we've got Michael Vick being announced as the starter. It reeks of desperation, of trying to save my job. If you're Rex Ryan, the young quarterback is now being partly thrown under the bus, partly because it is his fault, because his development's been all jacked up. But as we know, this is what happens when bad teams with dysfunctional front offices have quarterback issues. Young quarterbacks don't stand a chance, and that's what's going on here. Now you've got no quarterback in New York, basically.
Well, that's two quarterbacks he's ruined so far in this stint coaching the Jets, because he destroyed Mark Sanchez.
Yep.
And now he's going to destroy Geno Smith. And, I know that Woody Johnson is probably thinking to himself right now, and I've only interviewed the man one time in my entire career, but I know he's got to be thinking right now, well, the Raiders already fired a coach this year in the middle of the season, so maybe I can get away with it.
Yeah.
I don't know what else he could possibly be thinking, because, this is a really bad situation. And, to LG, McCoy did look a little tall last night. Maybe he was wearing elevated cleats. I don't know. But maybe Michael Vick needs some elevated cleats, and he needs some Dr. Scholl's gel inserts in those cleats now to get away from these defenders the next couple of weeks. Because that offensive line, with the exception of Mangold and Zabrikashaw Ferguson, is terrible. And if you want to see a terrible offensive line, if you think the Browns line was bad with the loss of Alex Mack, you haven't seen the Jets offensive line try to block Geno Smith.
Bro, I hear you. And it's not, but see, it's not even just on the field. It's look at all these things. I mean, you got the young quarterback saying he's missing meetings because he doesn't know what time zone he's in. You got guys saying they were unprepared because they're the backup and they didn't expect to play, so they did. These are things that don't happen. Like, these are red flag things that are happening all over the place at the same time that the team on the field is a disaster as well, man. And I mean, those are all more important. It's one thing to be coaching a bad team. It's another thing when the decisions that you're making are wreaking havoc on the future of your franchise as well. And again, I'll be amazed. Again, maybe he goes through because they don't feel like dealing with it until the season's over, but there's not a chance that at the latest, the day after the season, that man will no longer be employed. And he may take the first-year general manager with him, too, because I doubt they do that. But I don't know.
That was a horrible press conference, though. That was a horrible press conference that Guy gave last week.
Well, that's terrible. What I'm saying. Idzik gave that terrible press conference. He's admitting that he's a mess, too. So maybe you have the wrong guy in charge of your football operations, too, because he's allowing the inmates to run the asylum. He doesn't know how to get control either.
Well, I'm going to say this, and I'm only going to say it one more time, because I know he would not want me to say anything, but they had the right guy in there for an interview, okay? And they didn't sign him, okay? They signed this guy instead, okay? They had Ted Sundquist in there, and I guarantee you Ted would have fixed that whole team. And I'm not just saying that because I write a column for the guy and because I know him. It's because he knows what the Jets needed to be fixed, and that was to get rid of Rex Ryan. And he was the only one that said, I would start over with a new coach, and that's why Woody didn't give him the job.
Because they wanted to keep Ryan in there. I know, clearly. LG in the chat room, he's just insinuating that there's ulterior reasons why Rex Ryan must be keeping his job, perhaps.
Well, I'm not sure about that. I think we know that Rex Ryan is heterosexual, LG, and not swinging. He's not pitching for the same team, so I don't think we have to worry about that.
I'm just saying, man.
As what we think of Woody Johnson, you know.
Listen. We've never seen people barefoot.
We already
I'm
know
just
that
saying.
Rex likes girls' feet, so we're okay on that score.
Well, I hear you, but that's what I'm saying. You never know who's had their shoes off at the office party. You never know. You just never know. My man, Dr. Football. I'm just saying, man. Dr. Football. All right. Well, last thing before we go. What do you think? The Browns and the Tampa Bay Bucks. Do the Browns have what it takes to handle those receivers, or does Tampa Bay come to Cleveland and snag one?
You know, it's really a toss-up because, like we said earlier, Hayden doesn't cover tall receivers well. They're going to have to play a lot more nickel and a lot more dime to match up with these guys, because they're a lot like the Lions receivers. They're a lot like a lot of teams in the league that base their passing game on guys that are 6'1" and over, that could go up and jump to the ball. 6'3" guys that could go up and go after the ball, and that's where the issue is. How well are these guys going to be able to cover the deep pass downfield? If they could bump these guys off the line in the first 5 yards and throw them, put them out of their patterns, it'll be a long day for the Bucs. But if the Bucs could get some penetration into the defense and send some guys down the middle and force the Browns secondary to play catch up in the coverage, the Browns could have a long day, and that's really where it is. It comes down to that matchup right there: the Tampa Bay Bucs receivers and tight end versus the Browns defensive backs.
Dr. Football, always learning something new every week. You know what I learned last night? Did you learn that no means no? Did you catch that last night at the end of the game? Oh, it was hilarious. Did you see it?
And that was the one. That was the commercial without any of the women in it.
No, not the commercial. Oh, you must not have saw it. Oh, it was great. At the end of the game, right after the Monday Night Football game went off, you got to go look up the clip when we get off, because you'll crack up. I know it's on YouTube right now. Right after the game, ESPN grabbed Colt McCoy coming off the field, blah, 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 quick interview, and then the NFL Network slides right up next to them, getting ready to grab Colt McCoy next. And the PR guy for the Redskins is standing right next to Colt McCoy, and he's telling the NFL Network guys, nope, we got to go. No, we got to go, in the background. So Colt finishes up his interview.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah,
I didn't see it, but I heard about it. Yeah,
then,
I saw it.
The NFL Network just slides in and starts interviewing Colt McCoy. This guy grabs Colt and says, "What don't you understand? No means no." And he just drags Colt McCoy off, and the whole exchange got caught on camera. It was just a funny 20-30 seconds of silliness, but no means no.
Just goes to show you Rich Eisen is as important as he thinks he is.
Brother, no means no has been hashtagging on Twitter for the last 20 hours or so. Ever since it happened, 15 hours, however long it's been, no means no has been one of the top 10 hashtags in the country. Obviously, a lot of people saw it. It was just hilarious, my man. No means no. What don't you understand over there? He dragged him off. It was great. Dr. Football, you have a good one, my man. We'll catch up next week. We'll see what happened with the Browns and the Bucs.
All right, J-Rock, you too. And all you guys out there in the chat room, behave yourselves. We'll see you next week.
All right, he's the Dr. Football. He's with us every Tuesday, and you guys can tweet with Bill at Ask Dr. Football. It's that easy, at Ask Dr. Football. You can tweet with me at the Sports Fix CLE. We're going to take a break. When we come back, time to feel like a monster, baby. Lake Erie Monsters announcer Doug Plagans joins us. Coming up next, here on the Sports Fix, talks some Monsters hockey. They're coming back home to the Q with the super duper mega triple dipple duper loopertron coming up this weekend, and we're going to talk about that with Doug Plagans of the Monsters coming up next.
Warning. Listening to the Sports Fix could cause serious injury, bodily harm, or even death.
Ah, broken blood vessel!
You've been warned. The Sports Fix.
Hey guys, before we go to the break, I want to talk to you a little bit again about our good friends at Harry Buffalo North Olmsted, the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championships, some of the hottest fights in the world today. Each and every one of their huge events, Harry Buffalo is one of the few places in Northeast Ohio you can go there and watch each and every UFC fight at the Harry Buffalo. And let me tell you, I've been there. The people are out the door. They are to the rafters. It is one of the craziest environments for some UFC fights. Wing Mondays, they've got great deals on wings and drinks, and every day of the week there's a different special, a different deal. And don't forget the Bison Burger, the unbelievable. It is the combination of a fantastic burger and eating healthy combined into one unbelievable sandwich. You have got to get a bison burger while you're there. So whatever you're looking for, whatever day of the week, Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sundays, there's something for you at the Harry Buffalo North Olmsted, just outside Great Northern Mall. Check them out today. Harry Buffalo, join the herd.
Hey, this is Antoine Jameson, and you listen to the Sports Fix.
Fantasy sports lovers, you put so much time, hard work, and effort into playing week to week that it quickly stops being a fantasy and starts getting real. And when the smoke clears, you want to show off those victories with a real prize.
I mean, a really real prize.
Nobody does that like Fantasy Jocks. The crew over at Fantasy Jocks have beautiful, high-quality, and heavy-duty championship belts, rings, trophies, and so much more for all your fantasy sports needs. There's literally only one place to go. FantasyJocks.com. The Sports Fix is now available every day on the world's largest internet radio service, iHeartRadio. Download the free iHeartRadio app, subscribe to the show, and get your fix.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back in 1990, when I joined Herb in the booth, you could say that first game was when I became a lifelong Tribe fan. Something about Cleveland made us want to stay and call it our home, raise our family here. I can promise you one thing, home or on the road, I feel what you folks feel, what you feel every game. Cleveland fans are passionate and pretty vocal. I respect that. This is our team. This is our town. This is a Tribe town.
Hey everybody, listen up.
Listen up, guys.
Hey guys, listen up.
No one should ever hit a woman.
Not their wife, not their girlfriend, not their date. No woman should have to fear violence.
Especially not from someone they know and trust.
But that's the reality for too many women.
We have to change it.
It's up to each of us, because even one is too many.
Violence against women hurts all of us. Growing up, I was ashamed and afraid of my father when he abused my mom.
The worst abuse of power is when a man raises his hand to hurt a woman. We all have to take responsibility. So if you see someone threatening a woman, step up, speak out, and get help.
Dating violence hurts all of us. So step up and help end it. Because one is too many.
One is too many.
One is too many.
One is too many.
End the violence. Because it's wrong.
Because one is too many.
Incoming transmission. You got a message.
Sports Fix listeners, don't wait all week to join in on the fun. Follow the Sports Fix on Facebook. They love friends. It's just a click away. Exclusive contests, trivia, tickets, and giveaways from the hottest sports show in town, The Sports Fix. Become a friend and follow The Sports Fix on Facebook today.
Message.
Hi, this is Dean Chenoth, head coach of Cleveland's Lake Erie Monsters, and you're listening to The Sports Fix.
Feel like a monster.
The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the wall.
Welcome to the Sports Fix, live across the Sports Fix Radio Network. You hear it in the background. Just a few moments, going to be joined by the announcer for your Lake Erie Monsters, Doug Plagans. He's on TV and radio. Doesn't matter if you're listening to Monsters Hockey. You're listening to Doug Plagans call the action. He's one of the best, and he's with us every Tuesday right here on the Sports Fix throughout Monster season, which is underway, and the second coming, almost a second homecoming here, second opening night as they've been on the road warriors all month. They're coming home, and they're coming home to the super duper triple looper mega humongotron that is sitting at the Quicken Loans Arena, and my next guest has seen it. I know he's seen it. It's more than 12 feet tall, and it's glorious, and I'm going to talk to him about it. He's going to spill the scoop about the super mega triple dippletron here in a moment. Doug Plagans from the Monsters. Guys, keep your comments and questions coming in. Facebook.com